Hello, hello. I'm Jordan Crook. I'm a writer for TechCrunch, and we're here to talk about the hackathon today.
We are,
yeah. Most of you guys maybe don't know, maybe you do. How many of you were at the hackathon? Yeah, I like to see all those hands. Very well done. So before Disrupt actually starts and we get underway here with the Battlefield and Startup Alley, we actually have a hackathon where a ton of hackers come and they have 24 hours to build the best possible project that they can. And this year was a huge success. We had over 165 hacks submitted, which is actually a record for the hackathon. So we can actually go ahead and, yep. And we had 1,200 attendees, so it was a big time for us. Jeff is actually one of our hack masters. What was your favorite moment, Jeff?
I loved it when they brought the kegerator out on stage and then hooked it up via the cloud to make sure it could pour a beer, and it wasn't a bad beer.
It was a good beer?
Yeah, I mean, if they'd plugged it in a bit earlier, it would have been a cold beer, but it was pretty good.
Technical difficulties are standard in a hackathon.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to work with what you've got, and you've only got 24 hours, so yeah.
Very nice. What about you, Tariq? I mean, was there anything that really surprised you about this year? You've been here for, what, 4 years?
Yeah, this is our 4th one, and I'm just really proud of this hackathon for so many reasons. First of all, this is the first time we had judges that were only from New York. We also had an entrepreneur on the panel, a hacker on the panel, and 2 of the judges had funded previous hacks.
Wow.
Dispatchio, GroupMe, and I'm blanking on the third. But the other thing that I think is surprising is that no hacks have ever been funded from San Francisco. So, I don't know, New York hackers have a little something special, I think.
Yeah,
right? And
I'll agree with that.
I think we saw that this time around.
Very cool. Okay, so you guys who didn't attend the hackathon, we're going to have a little video we're going to cut to right now to show you the sights and sounds. So enjoy that. Where are we, Matt?
We're at the hackathon.
Oh, it's hackathon time.
This is the line for the hackathon.
Yep, we're in New York right now. It's the first day of Disrupt. All these hackers come and they try to build something in 24 hours.
Record attendance for us. It's the largest hackathon.
Ever. It seems like ideas are kind of being formulated as we speak and they're starting to get to work. So I want to actually have our camera guy show you. We've got people all over here and then we've also got people up in the rafters.
Yeah, I'm sure people are going to sleep there tonight.
What do you do with your life, William?
I'm just an engineer at a company called Plaid.
Just an engineer? Don't you mean I am proudly
I am the best engineer ever.
How do you code while this is happening?
Well,
as far as I see it, doesn't work.
You just sort of know what you're typing.
You know, okay.
Once you become the code, the hat really helps you to see all of the code.
Oh.
It is 11:15 p.m. Clearly, the people who are here, they're dedicated. They're serious.
Still packed. Everybody's working really hard.
Hold out the mic when you interview me. I understand. I understand how this works, Anthony.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me about this. What are you making? Wait, is this a hackathon?
You don't have to text and drive anymore. You can let people know that you'll be there in 5 minutes based on your exact GPS location.
We were talking about it just before, and we're amazed how many people are still here. Like, this place is comparatively packed. New York is a city that never sleeps, so I guess it makes sense.
So we've been hacking really hard all night long. What if we played dodgeball downstairs with all the 4-square dodgeballs?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
It's 10:30 in the morning, so all the programmers here have committed their code.
We're trying to get or push our last changes that we did an hour ago. So.
I've been to San Francisco a couple of times, presented there, did the hack there. Here's awesome.
Dan has it all figured out. Well, good luck. Confidence is key. All right, everyone seems to be feeling pretty good, and we're going to let everyone get back to their last few minutes here of work.
Our next hack is abteamtobuy.com. Visit leapandtime.com and play around with it.
What we have so far is a drone that's being controlled from a Galaxy Note here.
In 3rd place, we've got Radical, Sam, Carl, and Jeff. Learn to drive. Jared, Gemma, Kimmy, and Nicholas.
The winner of the 2013 Disrupt New York Hackathon is Rambler. Zach, William, and Michael, please come on stage.
TechCrunch.
All right.
Disrupt.
What are you going to do right now when you walk out of here? What's the celebration plan?
check the logs.
See what has been, see what broke actually.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
You guys really know how to party, I gotta say.
Alrighty, very nice. So we're actually gonna bring our 3 finalists up on stage to show their hacks for 1 minute each. So I'd like you guys to welcome Radical, Learn to Drive, and Rambler all up on stage. All right, we're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock somewhere, I think. And Radical, you guys are gonna go first. Is everything ready to go?
Think so.
All righty, go.
If you've ever tried to make a calendar before, you know how painful it is. The best solution out there right now is Google Calendar, which is really difficult to manipulate and just looks awful. I mean, look at this. We have a radical solution for this.
So let's walk through the app right now. First, on the login page, you can just log in with any of these social networks, and immediately you'll see a bigger and more beautiful calendar as soon as the internet actually begins functioning. Here we go, with a really nice interface for adding in new events. So let's just add in a sample. You guys can see in the bottom left corner, there's an embed code right here. So we can just copy and paste this with 1 line into this development site that we've set up for testing. As soon as we refresh the page and scroll down to where the calendar's at, we should see it loading in a new, bigger, and more beautiful calendar as soon as, again, the internet starts working, which is fully responsive all the way down to mobile. And if you click on any of those events, you can see details about the event and add it to your own personal calendar with just 1 click. So
good job.
That's
a minute. That's live right now, right, guys?
Sacked by the internet.
Hey, Radical, is that live?
Radical.so.
Yeah, you want users?
Radical.so.
We are live at radical.so for our beta.
Perfect.
Sorry.
There we go. Radical. All right. Second up, Learn to Drive. You guys ready to go? 60 seconds.
Hi, I'm Gemma. I'm Kenny. So there's been a lot of news recently about people teaching cars how to drive. And we thought, what if we took this idea in reverse and have cars teach people how to drive? So this is the idea behind our application called Learn to Drive, which runs on a GM vehicle. We're high school students, so we're learning how to drive right now. And when we're with our parents in the car, it's confusing sometimes because sometimes they say right and mean left and bad things happen. So we wanted to make this as precise, methodical as possible and go step by step the way an instructor would teach you. So if you wanted to learn how to parallel park, you would just press the button. Oh no.
Vehicle up so that it is evenly aligned with.
We don't have time to step you through the whole procedure, but it would step you through the whole procedure. We also have, it tells you if you're going too fast.
You are going too fast.
Based on the speed limit of the specific road you're on. It also tracks your statistics. In New York State, you need 50 hours to be able to get your driver's license. It tells you how many hours, how many you have left. And it has a maneuver count as well, where it tells you how many of each maneuver you've practiced.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Give it up for Learn to Drive. So these last guys, Rambler, they won. And I just also want to point out that I interviewed you guys before you ever won. And so that means I either have a really good eye for a smart project or really pretty boys, one of the two. You guys have 60 seconds.
Hey, so we're Rambler.io. It's live right now. I'm Williams and Zach. We're also the founders of Plaid. And what Rambler does is we actually try to turn consumer spending data, it's like your credit card and debit card information, into something more interesting. So we actually make them all into geolocated places and play the story of your life through the eyes of your spending data. So here we have Zach, my co-founder's card right here. The past 2 years of his life actually played out on a map. And as you can see, actually, the bottom map just switched from Atlanta to New York because we identified that he actually moved from Atlanta to New York by his spending history. We show some interesting stats here, kind of how much money he spent, top cities, top eats, and top bars. And so we can kind of get a better idea of like how you live your life, all through financial data. This is built off the Plaid system. It's an API for spending data. And you can go check us out right now live at Rambler.io and onboard with your card and see your whole life through the eyes of your credit card. Thank you.
Good job. 5 seconds to spare, too. Is it live?
It is live right now on the Rambler.io.
Rambler.io. There you go. Sign up. So that is it for the hackathon, but I want to thank our API sponsors, which totally made it possible. They included Facebook, Microsoft, Foursquare, New York Times, GM. I also want to thank our hack masters, Jeff McQueen and Tariq Karula, and all of you who came. Everyone have a happy day 3 of Disrupt, okay?